Hi again, everybody. This is Phil with Arete Law. Thank you for tuning in. This is the final video of our three-part value video series that we've been sending you to give you some more information and education about estate planning, what it is, dispelling some of the myths. So I want to thank you again. If you've made it all this way to the third video, thank you for tuning in and sticking with me and talking about this, because this is important stuff to talk about. And a lot of people really need to learn more about estate planning. So that's the point of these videos, is to give you a general idea so you are better equipped to make the right estate planning decision for you when you are ready. Today's final video is about living documents, and I call them the living documents because they are the documents that are needed when you are alive and when you are living. Most people think that estate planning is really just about when you pass away and who you're going to give stuff to. That's not the entire case. There are a number of documents, which of course are included in all of our flat fee packages with Arete Law, but we can get to that later. What we're going to discuss today is the financial power of attorney, the advanced healthcare directive, the Hipaa release, and should these be included into my estate plan. So first off, the financial power of attorney. Most people think that a financial power of attorney, first off, it does not give you the power to be an attorney, because most people think there's attorney in the name, so all of a sudden I'm your attorney. That's not the case. If that were the case, there would be a lot more attorneys around there, running around. It would not be a good thing to have that many more attorneys running around. What it does is it gives the person that you deem, so the agent that you name in a financial power of attorney, it gives them the power to do a lot of things on your behalf. It's mostly, though, for the purposes of this video, we're going to focus on the fact that it does give access to your assets, and usually your financial assets. So for example, if you were to be incapacitated, you could have a financial power of attorney so that someone can take care of the bills and the mortgage and all that stuff while you're incapacitated, and you can't make any decisions on your own behalf because the bills still keep coming. But if you don't have someone who can take care of this, who's going to take care of it? They still keep coming, regardless of whether you're in a coma or incapacitated or not. And first off, I should say this. Do not, if someone is incapacitated that you know, do not go to the bank and try and write checks out of their account because you think it's the right thing to do to help pay for their mortgage because they're going to lose their house or something like that. You're going to get in trouble. You're going to get arrested for fraud for writing that check. So please do not do that. It's much easier to get a financial power of attorney, which then gives you the power to go do that. It can be all the time or just when incapacitated. So if you're younger, I usually suggest that you just keep it to when you're incapacitated, not what is called a durable power of attorney. And that's for the entire time of your life. So for example, if you are someone who maybe they have an elderly parent and they need help paying bills or managing their finances, a durable power of attorney where it takes effect immediately is a good idea because you can help them with that. You can write checks out of their account. You can control their assets. But if you're a lot younger and you're not worried about that stuff and you don't want someone else out there with the power to do these things, just keep it so that it's when you're incapacitated. Finally, a financial power of attorney ends after your passing. So a lot of people think that I had power of attorney and so passed away. My dad passed away and he gave me a financial power of attorney. I would like to take control of the house. Sorry, but that's not how it works. A financial power of attorney is only for while you're alive. If he didn't name you executor or anything like that, it doesn't really change the fact after his passing. So it does end at a certain point. It doesn't pass over after you pass away. Advanced healthcare directive. So this is sort of like a financial power of attorney. You're granting an agent the ability to make healthcare decisions on your behalf. Again, it usually comes down to when you're incapacitated and you can't make these decisions on your behalf. You're kind of setting out what your wishes would be. You can choose what powers they have. There's a lengthy form that gives them the power to, it gives you the power to check yes, no, whatever you want. It goes over DNR, which is a do not resuscitate, organ donors, etc. If you ever heard of the Terry Schiavo case, that was a very big case back in the early 2000s, I believe, because George Bush was president. But that's basically what Terry Schiavo case was all about, was that there was no advanced healthcare directive. And she didn't really lay out her wishes. So you had the parents and the spouse fighting over whether do not resuscitate or to keep her on life-sustaining apparatuses and procedures. So that's basically what an advanced healthcare directive is. It's probably the one time that estate planning made it so big in nationwide news. A HIPAA release is probably the most self-explanatory. A HIPAA release gives the authority to an agent to receive your medical information. So because of HIPAA, they can't give out confidential medical information, only if you're usually a spouse. But if you authorize an agent to get that information, that gives them the ability to know what's going on, maybe make better healthcare decisions on your behalf. It's usually included in, at least in our case, in our templates, it is included in a revocable living trust. So you don't need a separate document. It's included in the trust, and whoever you name as trustee and successor trustee has that power. It's a good idea to have the advanced healthcare directive and the HIPAA release person the same person, because you want them to get the information and then be making decisions on your behalf. Do I need them in my estate plan? And the answer is absolutely yes, you need these things, because a lot of people don't think about these things. They think they'll never encounter any sort of bad fortune. And the problem is, when you're alive, there could be a lot more fighting than after you pass away. And like we were talking about the Terry Schiavo case, it was a national story. It went up to the Supreme Court all about whether to DNR or not resuscitate this person or keep them on living or feeding tubes to keep them alive. So those are things you want to keep in mind. They are absolutely necessary. They are automatically included in all of our packages at no extra cost when you work with Arete Law. So you don't have to worry about choosing whether or not. They're just included anyway. So we make the decision for you because we think they're important for you to have. So thanks again for tuning into all three of these videos. Really hope you found these to be very informative and give you a better idea of what estate planning is and how it can help you and which one you think is the best one for you. So if you're ready to start and you want to get an initial free consultation underway, you can book with the Calendly link below. You can pick a time and a date that works for you. It will schedule right into my calendar and put it aside. We'll have that free phone consultation. We'll go over all this stuff and we can better pick what is the right solution for you. If you'd like to call, you can call the number on the screen. It's a 24/7 receptionist. They will pick up and they'll take a message if it's after hours. Or you can just email info@arete.law and someone will respond during working hours. Usually it's me and it's just a quick response. So if you have any questions, you can always shoot an email to there. So thank you again for sticking through this entire three-part episode or three-part series of these videos. Again, I hope you found it informative. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out and look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks again.